Dear students, myself N. Ramesh, presently working as lecturer in PLDES SB Arts and KCP Science College, Bijapur, and a part-time lecturer in PG Department of Mathematics, Karnataka State, Akkamadevi Women's University, Vijaypura. So today we will discuss about the method of solving the partial differential equations by Charpit's method. So this Charpit's method is very important concept to all the universities in Karnataka. Usually this Charpit's method is under the RCU students, KUD, Women's University, Gulbarga. The maximum number of universities have the syllabus in 6th semester. So directly we will start the Charpit's method. So Charpit's method. Charpit's method. Charpit's method, it is a method of finding a complete integral of the general first order partial differential equation in the independent variables. It involves solving to get a set of ordinary differential equations. It means Charpit's method is a finding the complete integral of the partial differential equations. So those are first order partial differential equations in two independent variables. Those are x and y, and it involves solving a set for ordinary differential equation. So the method of solving PDE by Charpit's method. So the method of solving the equation of the form f of x, y, z, p, q is equal to 0 by Charpit's method. Charpit's method. First, consider the equation. The given here, consider f of x, y, z, p, q is equal to 0. Call equation number 1. This is a given equation, and we shall to find one or more solutions in x, y, z. We shall here from this equation the given, we shall find the value of one or more. We shall find one or more values. We shall find one or more values of the same relation. I can take that relation as g of x, y, z, p, q is equal to 0. Call equation number 2. So now, when the values of p and q derived from it, and the given equation 1 can be satisfied. See, here to finding the value of p and q, then the equation 1 and 2 can be satisfied. So by this, it is substituted. After satisfying the substituted in the equation dz is equal to p dx plus q dy. Already you know this equation in the previous unit. I am calling this as the equation number 1. After integrating this from this integral equation, it becomes, when it becomes integrable, clearly the integral of this equation 3
integral of this equation 3 satisfy the equation 1. Satisfy the equation 1 because P and Q, values of P and Q derived from the same equation, as well as those two are the comparable. Therefore, this equation, this integral equation, after integral, this equation satisfies the equation number 1, the values of equation number 1 in P and Q. So from this equation, now Z, P, Q. Here Z, P, Q. Z is a dependent variable and X and Y are the independent variables. Now Z, P, Q are expressed as a functions of X and Y. Z, P, Q are expressed as functions of X and Y. Remember, Z, P, Q are expressed as functions of Y such that these values are substituted. Substituted means Z, P, Q, the values of Z, P, Q are substituted in equation number 1 and 2. In equation number 1 and 2, satisfying the identically. So these equations satisfy the identically. So now our aim is to know this from it follows that the derivative of when we are partially derivating of with respect to X and Y, partially derivative of X and Y will vanish. It follows that their derivative with respect to X and Y will vanish. So now, so just observe here the given one equation P f of X, Y, Z, P, Q. Here X and Y are the independent variables and Z is a dependent variable. Here the given dz is equal to P dx plus Q dy. Here this equation, when this equation is integrable, it satisfies the relation in the equation number 1 of the values of P and Q. Now Z, P, Q are expressed as a functions of X and Y because X and Y are the independent variables. So such that these values are satisfied in equation 1 and 2, satisfying identically. So identically means similar. So now it follows that their derivative with respect to X and Y finally they will vanish. Now according to this, differentiate equation 1 and 2 partially with respect to X and Y. Remember, I am differentiating equation 1 and 2 with respect to partially. The word is very important, partially. Suppose if I take any dependent variable, consider here I am taking u is equal to xy. You already know that the differentiation, partial differentiation and ordinary differentiation. If I differentiate this u with respect to x, then this y becomes constant and its derivative goes to 0. Therefore, here y is with respect to u, x with respect to u. There are two independent variables and one dependent variable. If I goes to differentiate with respect to x, then this equation becomes only we have the concentration on x. not on y. Y acts as a constant when it is in the partial derivatives. So therefore it becomes dou u by dou x is equal to y constant, differentiation of x with respect to x is 1. Like that, if you differentiate with respect to y, x becomes a constant. Therefore, dou u by dou y gives x only. So why x is constant outside? In your partial derivatives, in ordinary derivatives, you know the rules of differentiation from the PUC. So in your PUC classes, you studied about the differentiation. So on that differentiation, I am differentiating equation 1 and 2 partially with respect to x and y. So now I am differentiating the equation number 1 with respect to x first. Remember, differentiate partially with respect to x. Differentiate equation 1 partially with respect to x. Just I am taking the first equation here. I am going to differentiate here. Here you should remember that f is a function containing x, y, z, p, q. In this f, these 5 variables are there. If I goes to differentiate with respect to x, I should differentiate this whole function first and then differentiate with respect to x. That is dou f by dou x, partially differentiation. Dou f by dou x, but I am differentiating this f with respect to x means this is dou x by dou x. And next one is dou f by dou y. Dou y with respect to x I am differentiating. Again dou y can be differentiated with respect to x. But here you remember y is a constant. Differentiation, partial differentiation of x with respect to y is 0. Why it is 0? Y is a constant. I am differentiating this function with respect to x means I should differentiate x terms only. Other than x terms, this becomes a 0. Behaves as a constant and differentiation of that constant is 0. Therefore, next this term becomes a constant. I will see later about this equation. So, first function, this is dou f by dou x into dx by dx plus dou f by dou y into dou y by dou x plus the third term dou f by dou z into dou z by dou x plus next one dou f by dou p into dou p by dou x. I am differentiating with respect to x. Remember, with respect to x, x, like that. And the last term is dou f by dou q with respect to x again is equal to 0. And similarly, I know that here I have written already dou f by dou x into dou x by dou x is what? 1. Means, you know already x with respect to x is 1. Any derivative, partial or ordinary derivative, differentiate x with respect to x is 1. So this is 1 plus and this becomes a 0. I already said that differentiation of another independent variable with respect to one independent variable goes to 0 because it is unknown. This is a constant. So when the differentiation of a constant with respect to the x gives 0. Therefore this term get vanished. And dou f by dou z, the next term is dou f by dou z, and dou z by dou x. Already you know that in your previous topic, dou z by dou x is nothing but p by Lagrange's linear equation. You studied already previous topic of this Charpit's method. And plus the next term dou f by dou p into dou p by dou x. Dou z by dou x is nothing but p. That is p. Yes. Sorry for inconvenience. Now see here. This is dou f by dou z, and dou z by dou x is nothing but p. And I will write this term as is. Dou p by dou x plus dou f by dou q into dou q by dou x is equal to 0. So now I will take this p term. See, this term I will take in the RHS side. So I can write here dou f by dou x plus dou f by dou z into p plus this term I will write directly dou f by dou q into dou q by dou x is equal to, I will take this term in the RHS side, means it becomes a negative of dou f by dou p by dou x. And now here I want to keep this term here only, and I will take that f term here, dou f by dou p term in this side, means so we will get dou f by dou x plus p into dou f by dou z plus dou f by dou q into dou q by dou x is equal to minus dou p by dou x. This term I will take in this side, means it becomes like this dou p by dou f by dou p. So now after this term, similarly here you can call this equation number 4. This is equation number 4. And similarly I have differentiate equation number 1 partially with respect to, here I am differentiating x, so I am differentiating x here, and here I am differentiating equation number 1, and suppose if I differentiate equation number 2 with respect to x only. So I said that here differentiating equation 1 and 2 with respect to x and y. Here just I am differentiating equation number 1 with respect to x. Similarly I am differentiating equation number 2 with respect to x only. There are 4 times we have to differentiate. Differentiate equation number 1 with respect to x. Differentiate equation number 1 with respect to y 2 times. Differentiate equation 2 with respect to x 3rd time. Differentiate with respect to y for the second equation 4th time. There are 4 times we have to differentiate. This is the biggest and this is a lengthy method to solve the equations, first order partial equations, to finding the general equations. So now after differentiating equation 2, only change is here. See here only f, here g. So the change is only f to g. Other than all the variables are same. Whatever the variables are there in the f, the same variables are also there in the g. Therefore I can just replace. But you have to do. So you have to do like this. But directly I will write without wasting the time to make this differentiation. Directly I will write to replacing f by g in this equation. So this equation becomes dou g by dou x plus, students, we have to tell. So you will tell, I hope that you will tell the expression for the with respect to x differentiation of second equation. So that is P dou f is nothing but g plus dou f is nothing but g q into dou q by dou x is equal to minus dou p by dou x divided by dou p f is nothing but g, dou g by dou p. This is equation number 5. Equation number 5. By considering equation 4 and 5, we have to derive the last auxiliary equations of the Chapitz method. So now I think you don't have any confusion regarding this first type. So I will as this equation now. So now directly I will conclude that from the equation 4 and 5, I am comparing those equation 4 and 5, comparing equation 4 and 5 5, we get, so just to compare here, so directly I will write as it is. Whatever there in this equation, I will write as it is. Because you know already here minus dou p by dou x is there. Here also minus dou p by dou x is there. So both are the same equations. That's why I will compare the equations. So I will get dou f by dou x plus p into dou f by dou z plus dou f by plus dou f by dou q into dou q by dou x is equal to, so that divided by dou f by dou p. This is equal to, the next equation is dou z by dou x plus, so p into dou z by dou z plus dou z by dou q into dou q by dou x. See here, I am just comparing the equation number 4 and 5 because the RHS is same. So now this divided by dou z by dou p. So I am taking out a simple simplification here. It is a high school simplification. I am simplifying this term here. So more concentration, you must observe this is a very important question for every university. So this question must and should ask in almost all universities. So here dou z by dou p comes in this side. So dou z by dou p into dou f by dou x plus. So always this term multiplied with every term which are in the numerator of this LHS side. So this is p into dou f by dou z into dou z by dou p into dou p plus this side dou f by dou q by dou x, and another term this should be multiplied with the every term, means dou z by dou p. So this is equal to the next term. I will write here. So here I will watch this. I will rub this and I will write here only. This is a lengthy equation, that's why it takes a time. So now the next equation is here dou z by. So this term multiplied with the RHS of the numerator, that is dou f by dou p into dou z by dou x, or you may write dou z by dou x into dou z by dou x into dou f by dou p, and the second term p into dou z by dou z into the term dou f by dou p, and the third term is multiplied with dou g by dou q by dou x into dou f by dou p is equal to 0. See, this is the equation where we are comparing the equation number 4 and 5. And after that, I will take the similar terms and the same terms, identical terms, one side of the equation. So I will take this term as a dou z by dou p into dou f by dou x, dou z by dou p into dou f by dou x. This term I will take here, dou z by dou x. It becomes a negative. When it comes into the LHS side, it becomes a negative. And dou f by dou p. So next term is what here, plus here also p and then here also p. P is common in both the equation. So therefore, I am taking p outside, dou f by dou z into dou z by dou p minus, it comes in this side means it becomes minus. So dou z by dou z, dou f by dou p, and in this both have p term as a common, and next this is another two terms are remaining here, only one term and this term. So this term carries dou f by dou p, and here you must observe dou q by dou x term is also here and dou q by dou x term is also there. So take common these two terms in the one side, will get plus dou f by dou q into dou z by dou p. In this side, the common term, except the common term, dou z by dou q into dou f by dou p. The common from both the equation is dou q by dou x is equal to 0. So now you must observe here the equation is, see, the equation is here dou z by dou p into dou f by dou x minus dou z by dou x into dou f by dou p. These two terms, excepting these two terms, p is common in two terms, and dou q by dou x, this is common for in this term. Yes, this is equation number 6. So I will call this as the equation number 6. Next, now, so here consider these two terms, dou z by dou p and dou f by dou x are the same here. Now till we are just differentiating equation 2. We are just differentiating equation 2 partially with respect to x only. Still we have not did with respect to y. Now differentiate equation 1 and 2 with respect to y. So with respect to y, if I differentiate equation 1 and 2 with respect to y, after combining, directly we will get this equation by replacing x in place of x, y, in place of p, q. Just I am exchanging p by q and x by y. I am just replacing now. So without solving this, directly I will write. So better you solve like this. The first derivative I have solved already. So similarly you have to solve the second derivative. So you will get, after differentiating with respect to y, what are those equations? First equation, f of x, y, z, p, q is equal to 0 and g of x, y, z, p, q is equal to 0. Equation number 2. I am differentiating now with respect to y. So with respect to x, I have already differentiated partially. I get this equation after differentiating with respect to x. Both the equations I have differentiated with respect to x. I will get this equation number 6. And similarly, if you differentiate both the equations with respect to y, you will get the answer directly. So replacing x by y and p by q in equation number 6, I will get dou z by dou q, I am replacing p by q, and dou f by dou y, replacing x by y, minus dou z by, because with respect to y means in place of x, y will come, in place of p, q will come. So dou z by dou y into dou f by dou q plus dou f by dou z into dou z by dou q. So here I am just replacing p by q minus dou z by dou z into dou f by dou q into old term q, p replacing q, and next term plus here dou f by dou p into dou z by dou q minus dou z by dou p into dou f by dou q, dou f by dou q into dou p by dou y is equal to 0. Remember I am replacing p by q, x by y in the equation number 6 here. So it is very important now the equation, but or we can take since. So this you have to observe concentrationally and carefully. Now dou p by dou y is equal to, shall I write here, dou by dou y of p can be written as dou z by dou x. So I already explained previously, and this can be written as dou square z divided by dou y dou x. This can be written as, I will write this as a dou by dou x of dou z by dou y. Shall I write like this? Oh yes, we can write, because dou by dou y of p is dou z by dou x, and dou z by dou x into dou by dou y can be written as dou square z by dou y dou x, and this can be written as dou square z by dou y dou x is always equal to dou square z by dou x dou y, because it is the Young's theorem. Commutative property holds good in the partial derivatives. So therefore dou by dou x of, I can write dou z by dou y, and finally this is dou by dou x of dou z by dou y is nothing but what? Q. So remember, 2 points always you should remember. Those 2 points are dou z by dou x is nothing but p, and dou z is dou y is nothing but q. So these two you must remember throughout the derivation. So I shall take this as a dou q by dou x. Now replace dou p by dou y is equal to dou q by dou x. Means I get, when I substitute all these values here, I get instead of dou p by dou y, dou q by dou x. Therefore I am replacing dou p by dou y by dou q by dou x in equation number 7. Call this equation as a 7. In equation number 7, I can replace. I will get here, after replacing, carefully you observe here, after replacing dou p by dou y to dou q by dou x in this equation, these terms, all the x and y terms in this equation get cancelled. P and x values. Further this here, dou p by dou y and dou q by dou x. Here after substituting dou p by dou y and dou q by dou x get cancels. So here after substituting, just to substitute here in the equation number 7, replace dou p by dou y and cancel it. All the dou p by dou y and dou q by dou x terms will get cancelled. So after cancelling, we get adding those equations of 6 and 7, we get, yes, after substituting dou p by dou y, and dou q by dou x get cancels. Here dou q by dou x and dou p by dou y, these two terms get cancels, and remaining terms here, adding these two terms, means in 6 and 7, after adding 6 and 7, we get see, after adding the 6 and 7, we get dou z by dou p into dou f by dou x minus dou z by dou x into dou f by dou p plus dou f by dou z into dou z by dou p minus dou z by dou z dou f by dou p. So into p, the term remaining in the equation number 6 is this, and plus after adding, after substituting dou p by dou y and dou q by dou k, dou x get cancels. Then add equation number 6 and 7. So I am now adding equation number 6 and 7. So this is the equation number 6, remaining term, and remaining term in 7. Equation number 7 is minus dou z by dou y into dou f by dou z dou q, dou f by dou q plus dou f by dou z, dou f by dou z and dou f by dou z and dou z by dou q minus dou z by dou z, dou f by dou q into q, into q. See this term get cancelled with these two terms. So what happens here these two terms get cancelled. So because this carries dou q by dou x and dou p by dou y, both the terms get cancelled after substituting this term. So now finally come to the point here. After getting this equation, the very important thing you have to remember here, now see here. So by this equation, dear students, after getting these equations, just we have to rearrange this equation. Rearrange this equation. We get, see, before rearranging, I have to say one thing about this equation. I know that for the x, y are the independent variables and z is the dependent variable. Remember, this z is a dependent variable, and now we also know that dou z by dou x is equal to p and dou z by dou y is equal to q. And now if I write by Lagrange's theorem, we know that the Lagrange's linear equation p plus q is equal to r. It can be written as here p. So p is nothing but dou z by dou x plus q. This q is dou z by dou y. R is nothing but the constant function. R is nothing but the dependent variable. Please. So that can be written as R into. So R I can write as it is R now. Next step I will change it. So here x, z with respect to x, dependent variable with respect to independent variable, dependent variable with respect to independent variable. So here p and q are constant, and here z is a dependent and x and y are the independent variables. I can write this as a z with respect to this x can be written as dx divided by p. This equation becomes a dx by p is equal to dy by q is equal to, here nothing means dou by dou z is there. So dou z by dou z, constant dou z by dou z get cancelled and it is 1. So no need to write here, but if I write dou z by dou z, so this becomes dz by r. So now this is the Lagrange's equations. Linear Lagrange's what these are called Lagrange's equations of the first order linear equations. So now non-linear equation. Now dx by p is equal to dy by q is equal to dz by r. Come to the point here, rearranging the equation number after getting the 6 and 7, after adding the 6 and 7, we get this equation. After rearranging this equation, I will get here what? So I am taking that dou z by dou p, taking outside dou z by dou p, and here what I will get here, dou z by dou p if I take outside, dou f by dou x in this side. So observe clearly, if it comes outside means this term is remaining, and where is that dou z by dou p? Let's search dou z by dou p. So yes, here dou z by dou p is there, but p is multiplied here. P is multiplied with this plus P into dou F by dou. So what is there? Dou G by dou P taking common, and what it remains? P into dou F by dou Z. Right. This is what the. Is there any dou G by dou P? Dou G by dou P? No. There is no dou G by dou P now. So this is the first term. And now dou G by plus dou G by dou Q. You can take dou G by dou Q outside. So after taking dou G by dou Q outside, where is dou G by dou Q? Dou G by dou Q is here. So what it has? Dou F by dou Y, and where is dou G by dou Q is here, and multiply with the Q. So this becomes plus Q into dou F by dou Z, dou F by dou Z. And now here taking another terms and taking these terms. Dou Z by dou P, dou Z by dou Q, and another one term is dou G by. So here another one term is now, and dou G by dou Z. Next term, take dou G by dou Z. What is the common term here? Minus dou F by dou P into P. You can take minus P into dou F by dou P. And is there any dou G by dou Z? Yes, dou G by dou Z is here. Again here also minus and minus Q into dou F by dou Q. And after dou Z by dou Z, we have minus. Next, another terms are there here. Dou G by dou X. Taking dou G by dou X, we have minus of, see, dou G by dou X. So taking common, I have minus of dou F by dou P, and plus the last term is dou G by dou Y, and I will get, where is dou G by dou Y? So dou G by dou Y is here. So dou G by dou Q. This is dou G by dou Z and dou G by dou X. And the last term is dou G by dou Y. So where is dou G by dou Y? Dou G by dou Y is here, and dou G by dou Y after taking outside we will get dou F by dou Q is equal to 0. So this term becomes 0 now. And now consider all these equations. So I can write the auxiliary equations of the Charpit's method to solving the problems. Now here dou G by dou P is nothing but I can take this as a after knowing all these I can write. So I can write now final equations of the Charpit's method. So next, this is a Lagrange's linear. This is a Lagrange's linear. This is a Lagrange's linear equation of the first order. Equation of the first order with x, y, z, p, q. X, y, z, p, q are independent, and g as dependent variable. Therefore, the final auxiliary equations becomes this form has been considered in Lagrange's method. This form has been considered the Lagrange's multipliers method or Lagrange's method, and its integrals are Lagrange's method and its integrals are I can write its integrals as the final equation Here, dou z by dou z by dou p is nothing but dp divided by this term dou f by dou x plus p into dou f by dou z is equal to, so this is dp, this is a dq with respect to q, g with respect to q. I already explained about this thing in the Lagrange's linear equation. So here dou z by dou q, this is dq divided by dou f by dou y plus q into dou f by dou z, and is equal to, this is dz divided by this term minus p into dou f by dou p minus q into dou f by dou q, and this is equal to tx divided by minus dou f by dou p equal to dy divided by minus dou f by dou q. This is the final method to find the general equation of the first order partial differential equation by using the Charpit's method. So these are called as, Charpit's auxiliary equations. This carries a 5 marks question in the all the universities. So I hope you should practice this question at least 4 to 5 times, then it becomes familiar to you. Anyhow, if you have any questions regarding this, please ask me. Otherwise, I will conclude my today's lecture on Charpit's method to solving the partial differential equations. So in my next video, the examples on this Charpit's method will come. Please wait for that. So finally, thank you so much for everyone. Thank you.